Hi, everybody. I hope everybody's having a good day today. I'm going to be talking about Trump and getting sicker, and going on his trip to Paris, France, and if he'll get sick there or he'll have a stroke or die, or also what's going on. I heard my mom tell me that he hired these people to do cage fighting where they offer $1 million to go and fight each other, which I think is barbaric and disgusting. So I'm going to do a bunch of different questions. I'm using the normal deck and also what's my vibe and some other ones. So yeah, and if you haven't noticed, obviously I got my hair cut at Supercuts because, the heat and the weather in the summer, it gets hot and sticky, so I wanted to do something different with my hair. So here we go. I'm going to do about how Donald Trump's health is going. Is it going downhill? Because in the last reading was like, is his real health going to be really deteriorating? And I'm also using the vibe cards. Please tell me, is his health, terribly getting worse? Is Trump's health getting worse? And also I'm going to do what's my vibe because I love the cards. Please tell me, is his health getting worse? All right, please tell me, is his health getting worse? All right, here we go. Please tell me, is health getting worse? I'll do 4 cards. It says that there's delays in his health, he's not feeling better, he's feeling worse. There's no way he's he's trying to take all these medicines and it's delaying him to be alive, but it's taken a long time for him to get better. And he feels like he's being neglected. And he's trying to feel positive, but about surviving, getting old and surviving, but his health is fading. And also, he's trying to be determined that he's going to make it through his birthday without any problems. And he's jealous that the vice president would want to take over and do his job. He doesn't want that. He wants to be able to live forever. And he's jealous and he has a hot temper. He's hot-tempered. He gets pissed off. You see him throwing fits, tensing tantrums, throwing fits, getting angry. And he's selfish. He only cares about himself. He doesn't really care about the people. He only cares about himself. He doesn't care about the everyday people or the Democrats or the Republicans. He doesn't really give a damn. There's tensions changed. He's unhappy because he knows his health is deteriorating and he's getting sick. He doesn't feel like doing much and he's complaining. He has blood clots in his legs. You can see his hands have purple. He's having trouble sitting. He's having trouble sleeping. He's having a lot of one. And his family is unhappy about his health too. They're unhappy that his health is deteriorating, and they'll probably have to go to feel worse. His health is getting worse. He's having conflicts with others. He's fighting with other people. He's acting like a child, because of the dementia. He's acting like a kid, and he's fighting with other people. If he doesn't get his way, he throws a fit, a tantrum, because he's acting like a kid. If he doesn't get his own way, like Verushka sauce, he acts like a kid. And he has conflicts with other people, the staff, his family, his wife, Ivana Trump. And he's very careless on what he says and what he does. He falls down on the ground. He can't stay, he can't, his health is deteriorating quickly. That's what I feel like. His health is deteriorating. There's tension in his family. They're not happy with it. The way his health is going, it's getting worse. So yeah, his health is getting worse. Also, can you tell me his health is getting worse? I said that. Can you tell me is is he gonna have a stroke? Is Trump gonna have a stroke? Please tell me. Is Trump gonna be having a stroke? You know, is he gonna be having a stroke? Is he gonna have a stroke? Is he gonna fall? First, I'll say, is he gonna fall down? Is that's what's gonna cause him to, is he gonna fall down and then have a stroke? I'll do two. Is he gonna fall down and have a stroke? You know, fall down and then have a stroke. That will make his health worse, deteriorating. Is his health getting worse? I already did. It said it that. Is he going to have a stroke and fall down? I'll say, is he going to fall down first, and then I'll do the stroke thing. Yeah, 4 cards for that, and then the what's the vibe? I'll do 3 for that. Yeah, is he going to fall down before he has the stroke? Please tell me. Is he going to fall down first before he has a stroke? Oh boy. He wants to be happy and being happy, and he doesn't want. He's just trying to be positive about his health. He's being unrealistically trying to be positive about his health, even though it's going down the tubes. He's trying to be happy about. He's trying to be positive, and toward the end, he's trying to think better what happens, and he knows the truth's going to come out about his health. It's not all sunny, with the little. Yeah, he knows that the truth's going to come out. People are going to find out his health is getting worse. He is falling down, and he wants to be the leader of, the Republican Party. He still wants to be the president, even though his health is fading and he's falling all the time. And also, he wants to be in control. He's restless because he knows that other people are doing his duties, like the vice president, and the people behind the scenes are doing it because he can't do it anymore. And he is inner turmoil. His health is bad. His memory's bad. His health is bad. He falls down. He falls asleep. So it's getting worse. And he's worried, and he has to let go. He'll be turning 80, and his health is fading and rapidly, and his health, and he has anxiety. He's trying to let go of anxiety because he knows there's nothing he can do. He's trying to fight it, but he's eventually going to have to let go and pass over and die. He wants to recover, though. He wants to recover. He's still in denial, thinking, this is reverse. He wants to recover and survive. He doesn't want to die. He's fearful of death. He's very naive. He thinks he's going to live forever. He wants to live forever. He doesn't want to die. He daydreams what his life would be like before he dies. I think sometimes before you die, you go back in time to see what your life was like when you were a child and when you grew up, like it's a movie. So I think he's that. He has a creative blocks. His memory's not going well. He's forgetting things. His broken dreams. Like he promises things that don't deliver. So he's terrible. He wants to have a better relationship with his wife and his family, trend relationships. Romantic partner. He wants to, say goodbye and have a good relationship with his wife. Third party hate. Cosmic. That means lessons learned. There's people who hate him. That's what it says. People do not like him. Karma's gonna bite him in the ass because a lot of people hate him. That's what it says. Hated. He's hated. People do not like him. That's what the sign says. So this is entertainment purposes, so you can't get mad. That's what it says in this. It says lessons learned third party. He'll have to learn from a third party that he's going to be, dying, and they're going to have to, doctors are going to try to take care of him. And there's people who do not want him to be saved. They don't like him. He's going to learn the hard way, lessons learned. He's going to have to learn the hard way of suffering, dying and suffering, and because karma is going to kick him in the butt. And there's going to be delays. He'll have delays about dying and his health. It's going to take a while for him to die, and because they pump him up with all these medications, and he's kind of too busy. He doesn't want to, stop being the president. He's very busy, and he's a procrastinator. He likes to do things, but he's not very good at it anymore because his memory's not good. So yeah, he's in bad shape, and he wants to say goodbye to Ivana because he thought she was his soulmate, and people do not like him. They hate him. That's what it says. He's hated. People don't like him. He knows that. Karma's gonna bite him, and there's gonna be delays on people finding out that he passed on, because they know how bad they will look, because they've been lying about his health. So there's going to be delays on him, them telling the people the truth. Wow. Well, I'm just reading what it says in paper. All right, so he's fallen. They say fallen. Is he going to have a stroke? Is he having a stroke? Is he going to be having a stroke? Trump. Is he having a stroke? Is his health really that bad? He's having a stroke. I'm doing 3 cards because I'm going to do the articles. I'll do 3 articles and 3 of these. Is he going to have a stroke? Stroke. Like I say in all my videos, entertainment purposes, and things could always change. It's up to you to do it. And all right, and 3 of my what's your vibe? I love these cards. These are totally awesome. So far I've gotten pretty good readings with them. I'm not the best shuffler. I'm at that. All right, tell me about is he gonna have a stroke? Yeah, he's gonna have a stroke. Good. Oh my God, I've shuffled these and they still have the same things. All right. Yeah. He wants happiness in his family before he passes away. He wants them to come together and celebrate his life before he dies. And he believes in tradition, being a Republican. He wants, he still wants to be president, but he also wants the people to remember him, how he thinks that he was a good president. That's what the cards say. And he's going to try to forgive some of the people that he worked with. And he wants to recover his relationships, even though he can't recover from his health, because he wants to recover from his health, but he knows that he's going down, and he knows failure to launch, finances. I think money is going down the tubes because of his health. It's very expensive to have doctors fill you up with drugs and keep you alive, so it's expensive. Here's another one. His soulmate. He really wants to have a good relationship. I shuffled, so I don't know why it's did. Nakama, the Hater one again, and there's delays in like they say, there's going to be delays and people finding out on how his health was, because people are trying to hide it. People are trying to hide his health, and they don't want to tell the truth. Trump doesn't want people to know his health is deteriorating and bad. So we still have the cards. So yeah, he wants to recover even though he knows he's not in good health, but he's having financial loss because he knows that, you know, the doctors are expensive, you know. It's not cheap to go to the doctors. Okay. Is he gonna pass away? Is he gonna is he gonna pass away in France? You know, you hear that he's going to France. Is he gonna pass away in France? Is he gonna die in France? Please tell me. Is he gonna die in France? Like I said, entertainment purposes. Is he gonna pass away somewhere in France? You know, in the hotel or something? Is he gonna pass away in France? Please tell me. I'll do 4 cards. Wow. It says some, yeah, and I'm also doing the vibe card. I'm gonna really shovel them in. It says, yeah, he's going to, but come on, Oracle, tell me, is he gonna pass away in Paris, France? I'll do 3 cards. Is he going to pass away in Paris, France? All right. All right. The World card. He's going to travel. Yeah, he's going to travel to France. And he's going to arrive there. He wants to go there. He wants to have a good time to go there. He wants to, you know, show off people that he can still go to France and have a good time. And he's well enough to do it. He's going to arrive there. But there's going to be difficulties, options, because his health. He'd have to take a doctor. He'd have to carry all that equipment, even though, you know, it's not a good idea. So he has to weigh his options. Should he go or shouldn't he go? He wants to go. It says he's going to travel. What's he going to do there? Is he going to have limited time doing stuff? Because he has different options. You know, he doesn't know what to do because he has to. He doesn't really want to listen to the doctor, but he has to because his health is deteriorating. So he has difficult decisions. Should he? You know, go on some certain medicines to keep him alive and kicking for as long as you can, you know, and he's wants to avoid dying on the trip. He knows that he has limited time. I think they told him that he has only limited time. I'll look that up next. And yeah, and I feel like he's tired, he's fatigued, he's tired, he's stressed out. He's overwhelmed going on the trip. He's 79, he'll be 80. He's overtired, he's stressed out, he's not feeling well. He feels crappy. Trump feels shitty and crappy. I sometimes swear. He feels shitty and crappy. You know, he knows he has fatigue, lack of motivation. He doesn't want to do things very much anymore. All he wants to do is sleep. He doesn't want to do anything much. He's trying to be... I'll cover it up because you can get in trouble. He's trying to be hopeful that his time in France will turn out good. And he's trying to have faith in he would survive the trip until, you know, so he won't pass away. He's trying to be hopeful that he won't. And also establishment setters. He wants, you know, to this trip in France to do wealthy, like he has with his money. He'll do good investments and good with people in the France. He wants to make money, even though his health is deteriorating. He wants to make money. You know, even though his health is deteriorating and he's dying, he wants to make money. You know, Trump wants to be secure, and also with his family. He wants to, you know, be secure with his family, you know, anyway. And he thinks he's a nurturing person. This woman. Yeah, he thinks he was a nurturing father and cared about his children. And he cared about his children. That's what it says. He was a nurturing person. Bridge Burns, lack of trust. People do not trust him or Republican presidency and Trump. They don't trust him. They think he's lying about his health. He's causing trouble. They don't like him. They think they're very disloyal. They don't trust him. They don't like him. They're turning their backs on. They don't say, oh, your health is come around, goes around. They don't trust him. They don't like him. People don't like Trump. Wow, this is a good card. They don't trust him. That's what it says. They did lack of trust. They don't trust him and the Republican Party. Yeah. Oh, wow. They don't trust him. They don't trust Trump. And what they say about his health. They don't trust that he's all so good. All right, let me see. All right, he thinks his health is fit. All right, so is he definitely going to pass on in the next 3 months? We'll say three. All right, maybe less than 3 months. Is he going to pass away less than 3 months? I'm going to look that up because it says his health is really SHIT, shitty. So he knows he's in limited borrowed time, like the saying goes. You have borrowed time, you have only borrowed time, I'm doing this. Yeah, I'm doing 4 cards this, and then I'll do the what's my line? Is he on borrowed time? Like he has less than 3 months. I'd be surprised, because I think it says. Alright, let's see. All right. He wants to do action while he's still around. He wants to, still get involved in politics, even though his health is failing, and he's a very confident person, even though his health is deteriorating, and he still thinks he has good skills. There's heartbreak because he knows his health is fading. He knows he's dying, his health is fading, and he's grieving, his loss, he's hurt. I think his marriage is in the skid row. I think she probably wants a divorce. And he's depressed. If you know you were dying, you'd be depressed too. If your health is fading, yeah, I think he knows. His health is fading, he knows. I think in the next less than 3 months, he'll be gone. Yeah, he's depressed. He's having bad advice. He thinks he's having bad advice from his vice president and his cabinet. He thinks he's getting bad advice. Like, don't tell me how to run my life, how to do this. You need to not tell me that I need to drop 50 pounds. I shouldn't be eating quarter pounders. I shouldn't be eating fruits and vegetables. I should change my diet. Take my diabetic pills, take all these medicines. He doesn't want to hear from the doctors or anybody. He just wants to be himself, And he feels very self-compassionate about himself. He feels very sorry for himself. Instead of fixing his problems, he feels very sorry for himself. Like, oh, worries me. You should feel sorry that I weigh over 250 pounds instead of trying to work and have a nutritionist or a person who a gym trainer. He's not trying to set the problems. He's avoiding conflicts. He doesn't want to fight with the vice president, and he doesn't want to fight with. He doesn't really have the energy to fight with the doctors and nurses that travel with him. He doesn't have the energy to conflict. He wants to avoid it And he wants to, I think at the end of the day, he's going to have to listen to other people and their point of view, even though he doesn't want to. It says he doesn't want to, but he has to. He agreed to disagree. He doesn't agree with the doctor saying that you have to slow down. You shouldn't be going to Paris, France. You shouldn't fly all over the place when your health is deteriorating and you're dying. He says, I agree to disagree. I don't believe you're right that I should drop 150 pounds and go on all these different medicines and change your diet and that will prolong his life. Maybe it's too late for that. Who knows? I'm not a doctor. Today, good vibes now in the moment. So he's in the moment right now. He's trying to think positive and good vibes. His birthday's tomorrow, so he's trying to think positive that he made it to 80. I think tomorrow's his birthday, so he's happy that he made it to 80. So he's saying, yip, yip, hooray, I made it to my 80th birthday. He thinks people are envy of him and disconnected by him because of the way he treats people. He's very disconnected by people. He's very, he's envy of people. I think he thinks people are envy of him. He's kind of delusion thinking people are envy of him. And he's disconnected by people. Yeah, people don't like him. They can't stand him. He's disconnected to people. People don't want to do with him. As much as possible, they'll tolerate him, but they don't want to be around him. He's very greedy lust. With the strawberry. I love this. He's very greedy and he's mean. By any means necessary. He's greedy. He'll lie. He'll steal. He'll do stuff. It says greedy. I don't know what that word is. But he's mean. He doesn't care about hurting other people at any means. He doesn't care. Yell and scream and throw a fit. Act like a child. He doesn't care. Antisocial. He's very antisocial because he's acting like a child. With the dementia, his health is getting worse. Yeah, he feels like he's left out, like no one respects him. He's not being loved. Silent. He's acting like a child. He'll give him the silent treatment. Instead of throwing a fit, he'll do this. I'm not gonna listen to you anymore. He's gonna act like a child. He's antisocial. He's gonna not talk to people. So he's envy of. He thinks people are envy of him. Okay, I'm gonna ask a question. So he is gonna pass away in 3 months. The thing my mom told me about the fighting, where he has people offering $1 million for the fighting. Are people gonna? Is the government gonna stop that? Because I think it's insane. I'm going to do 4 cards and then I'll do what's my vibe. Are they going to stop that? Because that's insane, having a fighting club where you pay to watch people beat the crap out of the shit out of each other. I think that's terrible. I think it should be illegal. It's like what they did with cage animals, dogs, but in the olden days, or chickens or whatever, they had them fight each other. I think that's terrible. And I don't think they should do that for people, I know boxing's big. I don't like boxing, even though I do like the movie Rocky and those movies. But no. So are they going to stop the government? Are they going to put a stop to his those fighting clubs? Now I'll do shuffle the article. Are they going to stop the government? Are they going to stop the fighting that he wants to do, Alright. I'll do 3 cards because I'm getting tired. Whoops. And then I'll ask, are they going to still build that stupid, that they call it the dining room when it's supposed to be his hospital. So I'll ask them. No, they don't want him to. They don't want him to have that fighting club. They don't like it. I said, are they going to want to stop the fighting club? No, they don't want it to continue. No, they don't want it to continue. No, they don't. I said, do they want the fighting club? They said, no, they don't want it to continue. They think it's a terrible thing. Oh my God. All right. They think he's isolated. Like he thinks people would love having people beat the crap out of people, and he feels isolated. and he feels distance from the people because he thinks it would be a good idea to do it. He says, why not? You know, people are paying me money to see people beat the crap out of them. Why not? They did it in Roman times. Why they can't do it now? That's sick. Emotional loss. He feels emotional loss because he feels upset that why wouldn't they let me do it? He feels like it's mine. It's none of the government's business to stop it. So that he doesn't care about what they think. He only cares about himself. Self-discipline, oppose, lack of directions, lack of control. He has lack of control that he doesn't want them to tell him what to do and how to do it. He doesn't want, he's lack of control. He doesn't have lack of control of how he says and does things. He says, don't you tell me I can't have this fighting thing. He doesn't want them. And also that they feel isolated. They feel like he's, doesn't care about the people. And he also feels that there might be some blockage in the stopping of it. And they lack of control. They think there's going to be lack of control to stop this because some people want it to continue and some people don't. Great. He thinks it's all about money. It's about money. He doesn't care about if anybody gets serious injured or killed in these fighting clubs. He only cares about the money, making money before he passes away. And greed, any means master. Like I said, he doesn't care if people beaten to pulp, end up in the hospital, being in brain dead or being in a coma. So he doesn't care. And he's very antisocial. He doesn't care about other people, cares about himself. He feels left out. He feels he's going to give them the silent treatment, act like a child. I think there's little dirty secrets about this fighting club. Wow, there's secrets. So maybe they do sexual things at the fighting club before, with men and women at the fighting clubs. Besides that, there's a love affair. Maybe he's having an affair. I'm going to look. Is Trump having an affair? I don't know how good. I'll say, is someone in his cabinet having an affair? I'm going to look that up. I'll look up in my vibe. Did Trump have an affair before he got sick on Milana? I'm sorry, I'm not good with her name. Did he have an affair? I looked up before and he did have an affair. I'll look this up on just this. Did he have an affair? I'll look for 4 cards. Oh boy. Alright, double-faced. He's two-faced. He lied to her. He said that he wasn't cheating on her, so he did cheat on her. Double life. He cheated on her. Backstab. He said nice things to her and then stabbed her in the back. And he doesn't really care about Ivana. He just uses her, which is terrible. He's stuck, in this relationship. He thinks he's stuck in this marriage and dead freeze. I guess he feels frozen in this marriage with her. He doesn't want to be in a marriage with her, but he's stuck. He's dying, so he's stuck. He's going to be letting go soon because of his health. He's going to be dying soon, so he has to let go and clear his mind that he knows he's dying and he's stuck in this marriage, even though he doesn't want to be. He's stuck in this marriage. He doesn't want to be in this marriage, but he has to clear his mind because he knows he's going to die. So, and he's very greedy. He cares about himself. He's probably have it. I'm going to ask one question and then about, did they have a prenup? I'm going to ask that, and then that's it. And I might make an upcoming video. We'll see if he passes away or not. Did Donald Trump and his last wife, did they have a prenup? And then I have to make dinner for me and my husband. So, did he have a prenup? Did he have a prenup with Milana Trump? Did he have a prenup? If he was smart, he would. But you never know. Did he? Oh boy. All right. It says that he loves himself. He only cares about himself. disharmony, distrust. This marriage was broken even before he was sick and dying. So it was broken in broken communication. So they didn't have much of a communication that much as he was getting sicker. So I feel like he doesn't want a relationship with her too much. If he does, it's like, oh, worries me. Think about me being sick. Who cares about your feelings? So he's very selfish. Self-doubt. He's doubtful that it was a good idea if he had a prenup. It doesn't say right now if he lack of self-awareness. I don't know if he was aware that he should get a prenup, because I don't know if he did. Inner critic, self-loathing. He punished her by, thinking of getting a prenup because, because you split, you have to go as much as the money goes. So, the call. Yeah, maybe she wanted a prenup and he didn't want to give her one. Emotional insecurity. So he thought it would be a bad idea, disappointment, new ideas. Maybe he thought after not having a prenup that he should get one. Arguments. He argues with her. Personal value overwhelmed by choices, lack of purpose. He thought the marriage wasn't very personable. He thought it was lack of purpose. He didn't think it was a good marriage. He thought at the time they would be a good match, but they weren't. And he was confused about staying married to her all this time. So he's confused. So it didn't say that he had a prenup. But it said that he was disappointed in the marriage, and he had better ideas, and he criticized her constantly, and he wanted to punish her in the marriage. So yeah. So he did cheat on her. It doesn't say that he had a prenup. He said he wanted to punish her, by, any means necessary, which isn't good. So he's not a good person, Donald Trump. So this is what I read on it. I might make other videos about Trump or other subjects. Take care and good night and bye, wherever you are.